Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, shway, crispy, irie? Let's get on to this episode of Unpopular Opinions. If you're in this episode, you know what to do below, all of that. Being constantly reachable has ruined basic human respect. I think obviously if you're someone who doesn't like to pick up the phone often, don't, call me. If you have my number, don't answer my phone, all of that, then it can seem like it's a bit of a bad thing. You know what I mean? I think when you are constantly reachable, people obviously would want to message you, call you all the time. Sometimes, I even get it sometimes in group chats and stuff, people pinging left, right and centre and everything, it can get a bit irritating and overwhelming. So I do understand sometimes if you're constantly reachable, it could be problematic because people always know that person's going to answer the phone. That person's going to be able to pick up when I call them immediately. But when you call them, it's another story. But anyways, let's move on to the next point. Going out in your 30s is mostly people pretending to have fun, and we all know it. No, I think people going out in their 30s sometimes are just trying to kind of still have that factor where they, in a way, are reliving their youth, or they haven't gone out a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because you're getting older, you have more commitments, you have a lot of things in your case where you have to work a lot. Maybe you have to take care of family, maybe you have to do all of this and that, maintain a home. It's a lot different when you hit 30 than when you are in your 20s and when you are in your teenager years. So it's very different. There's a lot more commitments and you don't have a lot of time to relax or let your hair unwind or anything like that. So sometimes the best case scenario is to go out there and get more. You know what I mean? Go out there and just have a party. Go ahead and have a party if you want to. And people just want to just let their hair down, relax, and cheers to the freaking weekend and all of that. Next one. In the gym, it makes more sense to leave some weight plates on the barbell than completely re-racking everything. I think it depends, because the person who comes next might not be able to lift the weights that you're lifting. Do you know what I mean? You might be able to lift 150 kg, and then the next person comes along is a small little, tiny tyke and can't even lift anything. So you kind of have to take in a bit of consideration, because if you know that person is coming next and that person is a slim ting, or that person is just not big at all and you look at them and you know they can't lift the weight, then the best case scenario is just, hey, you want some help? Like, what weights would you prefer? And then just help them take the weights off and then leave them to do their thing. So I think it's just a bit of understanding who comes in next. Like, sometimes I can be guilty of it, but I don't do barbells. I do the ones that you put in the flipping pin into the weights. That's the ones I do because they're generally easy. Someone could come, just pull it off and put it into the next one. So that's easy. They can do that themselves. But when it's like the weights and you're using a barbell and that, yeah, probably makes more sense to help the person out. Next one. International flights are actually insanely cheap for what they are. I don't know. I don't think they are. Do you know what I mean? I think it is expensive when you go abroad. It is expensive when you travel here and there and to and from. It's never cheap because you have to take into consideration the hotel you're going to stay at, potentially if you're staying at a hotel, or what you're going to do, the activity, the money you're going to spend. Do you know what I mean? What activities you're going to do to the day-to-day basis when you are at that specific place. You know what I mean? Where you're traveling to. Because you've probably already had the description in your mind, what you're going to do, what you're going to spend, and how much it's all going to cost. So flights are not cheap. Do you know what I mean? People say, oh, flights are cheap. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can catch one or two in the lastminute.com thing. Do you know what I mean? Other, flying sites are available. But you can catch them on there where you can get a discount, good prices, where you can book it for the next week and then you're off. You know what I mean? 59 quid or something like that. Or, you know what I mean? 20 or 30, 40 pounds. So it depends, but it's usually somewhere that's mainly easier to travel to in Europe. That's not across the Atlantic or across the River Nile or, you know what I mean? Places like that. So I don't think it's cheap, but let's move on. Quitting your job with nothing lined up is not the bogeyman people make it out to be. Yeah, I think if you quit your job, you've had enough. I think if you quit your job, you've taken all you can take at that place. And believe me, I've left some jobs and I haven't had a backup plan. You know what I mean? I left and I just had enough. So I needed to go. Do you know what I mean? Leave right now. It's the end of you and me. Jojo said. I had to go. I couldn't stay around. So for me, it was an easier choice for me. I didn't care if I didn't have anything lined up because I generally knew that obviously I've got security in terms of obviously I'm still chilling with the parents and potentially I can sign on if anything like that. Now, signing on is not the greatest thing in the world. It's peak. They call you when they have to call you. They do madness. Do you know what I mean? They always want you to sign this and sign that and check if you're looking for work when you practically are trying to move on, but they think you're just chatting crap and you're just sitting there like a bum in your house, not really looking for jobs and just trying to scam off their money. But I'm trying to do what I can do. And listen, I'm not in that situation now. I was back then, but it's just the case where if you have to go, you have to go. If things are not right, you have to leave, you have to leave. I know some people say, well, I've got a job, I've got a family, so you can't leave if obviously you've got that situation going on. You have to wait probably till you're in a job till you probably leave, or you've got some sort of income coming in. But for me, it just had to be what it had to be. And that's it, guys. And that's the end of the episode here on Popular Opinions. Big up yourselves, first time listeners, seasoned listeners, and you know what to do. Watch it, sorry. My head's a madness. It's hot. It's very hot in this room. It's sticky hot. Let's just end this thing because I've talked enough and I'm feeling the strain already. But big up yourselves, guys. Come on, you Gunners. Hopefully we do win on Saturday, I should say, yes. But if we don't, it is what it's case sirrah. We've had a good run. But yeah, big up yourselves, guys. And you know what I usually do when I finish? I give my opinions and I'll react later. Come on, you Gunners.